Hi, I'm Christopher Bromson. I am the CEO and Executive Director of the AKC Museum of the Dog here in New York City.
Okay, and what makes you so passionate about what you do here, and what is your story behind coming here and setting and doing this?
Yeah, the passion that I hold for this institution derives from just the love I have for dogs and the incredible role that they play in all of our lives, just broadly through society and on an individual basis. So I'm also here with our Chief Canine Officer, who I should have introduced, Luca, the Newfoundland, a 5-year-old gentleman who helps me do everything we do here at the museum. He's very passionate about his role. He's responsible for welcoming guests and making sure that all of our canine-focused policies go through the lens of a dog. So Luca and I have been at the museum for about 2 years, a little more than 2 years, and it's just been a remarkable place to be and spend every day. We have an incredible collection, over 1,700 pieces of dog-related art and artifacts that we display around an eighth of at any given time, but really use the collection to celebrate the connection that humans have with dogs. So everything we do is in service of celebrating that incredible and unique bond. And you'll see you're visiting here on a Friday, a Furry Friday, which is when we allow dogs in the museum just without an appointment. Any other time, just call first and we'll make an appointment. But it's amazing here, and we really love giving people and their dogs a place to experience elements of culture, to see art, to see current exhibitions, and to just be part of what's going on in New York. Yeah, I think it's interesting, and one thing that we investigate here at the museum and use our collection to display and conversations to kind of move forward is thinking about the way that the role of dogs has evolved throughout human evolution and throughout the development of society. So we recently did a New Yorker's exhibition, so 100 years of New Yorker dog covers, which some of them are still here and part of our permanent collection, thankfully, but using those covers as kind of an example to see how dogs shifted throughout the role of society. I think very early on, and right now we have the Life of a Show Dog exhibition celebrating the 150th anniversary of the Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show. So Westminster is the second longest running sporting event in the United States after the Kentucky Derby, which is really incredible. And so we're celebrating that centennial and a half here at the museum, but using that kind of to think about how the role of dogs has evolved throughout time. So Westminster started as a sporting event, right? It was a bunch of men who were on the Middle East Side, Irving Place, who brought their dogs together, their sporting dogs, their hunting dogs, to talk about how much they loved them and how beautiful they were. And that continued to grow into what we now have as one of the biggest dog shows in the world, and one of the most culturally relevant events in New York City. So thinking about how dogs went from, back in cave times and really ancient humanity, dogs have been linked with humans since the beginning of both of our species, which I love thinking about and hope that we can explore more deeply in the museum here. But, right now we look at how important dogs are in society, both in terms of dogs with jobs, right? Every dog has a job. Dogs love having a job. And so Newfoundlands, for instance, are bred to save people from the water. So they originally worked with fishermen to pull nets out of the water. And now, for instance, anytime I swim with Luca and there are children around, he patrols the water nonstop to make sure that everyone is safe while they're swimming. There are police dogs, there are victim advocate dogs, there are dogs who do all sorts of search and rescue and drug seizure and, keeping people safe. So the link that dogs have with humans is remarkable. There is no other example on Earth of two species that are so connected and intertwined and have just pure love for one another. So we feel really lucky to have an institution, and I feel incredibly grateful to be able to run an institution that's only goal is to celebrate that. Over the past couple of years, we have definitely increased access for dogs in this space. So we continue to do that and make sure that we seize every opportunity we have to allow people to celebrate things with their dogs here in this space and beyond. So we look forward to really kind of rounding out our exhibitions and, like I said, really diving into some of the more nuanced pieces of the human-dog relationship through art and through other things that we're able to display here in this institution. So right now we're very excited about this Life of a Show Dog exhibition. Please come see it. It's up through the end of March. We're on 40th and Park, right next to Grand Central. Open Wednesday through Sunday from 11 to 6. It's a really fantastic kind of behind-the-scenes look at this very famous event that everybody knows, Westminster. We all know the lights in Madison Square Garden, but this exhibition kind of peels back the curtain and talks about the dogs who have won, the handlers who have really made a difference in the sport and really changed the game, really increasing access and making things continue to be relevant. We're excited for our future. We have a number of really exciting exhibitions planned for the coming years, including some sculptural exhibitions, some Scottish breed celebrations, just lots of ways to celebrate people and their dogs in different community-focused ways. Yeah, thank you very much.